Today, we become legends.
So the 9.6 data mining has been released and we've got a ton of info about the next god as well as skins, the Season 9 Odyssey and more. As always, data mining can have inaccuracies either by decoys placed by high-res or just misinterpretation of what the data actually means, but generally most things that appear in data mining make it into the game in some form or another. For example, the Trebuchet and Classic Conquest that was data mined a long time before those features were actually added. Here's the current list of data mined skins. Any in purple are new to this set of data mining, whereas ones in grey were from previous patches but may still not have been released yet. Many of these skins are likely to appear in the Season 9 Odyssey. New skins for next patch 9.7 include an Afro skin, an Extraterrestrial skin, and an Ice Cold skin. Coming next in 9.8 there are Agni, Cthulhu, Fenrir, Cuckoo, and Thor skins coming. An Anubis skin in 9.9 and a Kali skin in 9.10. As mentioned, there are many other skins coming too, but these are just the new ones from the 9.6 data mining. Odyssey should come at 9.8, this is pushed back from the original estimate of 9.7, so if the mining is to be believed, we won't see the Odyssey next patch. With us being almost halfway through the season, it's possible, if not likely, that 9.7 is the mid-season patch where a ton of core game changes are going to be made, and then the Odyssey launches in 9.8 to cover the cosmetic side of things. Season 8's mid-season patch came in 8.7 as well, so I think it makes a lot of sense for 9.7 to be mid-season and 9.8 to be the launch of a new god and the Odyssey. With the new god launching roughly every 2 patches, that would leave 9.10 for the god theorized to be Maui and 9.12 for the final god theorized to be Mama Brigitte. This is old mining, but for anyone who's missed my other update videos, the Odyssey is likely to have around 43 items total and will have several voyages you can complete to earn Odyssey points. These are all named after gods from different pantheons: Merlin for Arthurian, Wukong for Chinese, Pele for Polynesian, Sobek for Egyptian, Odin for Norse, Chernobog for Slavic, Bacchus for Roman, and Cthulhu for Great Old Ones. This doesn't quite cover every pantheon in the game though. The missing ones are Babylonian, Celtic, Greek, Hindu, Japanese, Mayan, and Yoruba. There will also be a Chibi-land voyage that, according to the mining, will contain 11 different items, assumedly all Chibi related, and I think the other pantheons that have been left out of the voyages may have Chibi skins and cosmetics instead. But that's all the Odyssey and cosmetics info. Let's move on to God 122, who at the moment remains unknown, but we have a solid guess that it's Jumong. This god was data mined at the same time as Yu Huang and Lancelot, both of which turned out to be true. His name is still in the game files, but nothing related to that name has changed, and so it's definitely possible that the name Jumong was a decoy and we're actually going to see something like Ishtar or Robin Hood or something else entirely. It seems high-res are covering their tracks much better with God 122 than they did with Yu Huang and Lancelot, though I suppose the Season 9 God teaser all but confirmed those two, whereas there was doubt about God 122. Based on the current releases for the season and future prospective releases, we pretty much know this god will be a hunter. With a warrior, assassin, and mage already released, this kit does not sound at all like a guardian, and most likely Maui or Maman Brigitte will be the guardian with one duplicate release. Perhaps Maui is the Guardian and Brigitte is a utility ADC or healer mage to contrast Yu Huang as a burst mage and not release 2 gods of very similar playstyle in one season. But that's all speculation on my part based on what we've seen so far. So God 122, I'll be saying Jumong from now on for simplicity's sake, has what looks like a major basic attack augment that makes the basic attacks AoE and deal bonus damage, perhaps in a cone, while giving increased scaling and range but lowered attack speed. If you watched my recent item concepts video, you might think that sounds familiar, as it's very similar to the Panaka bow that I proposed there. This combined with my Jade Emperor prediction before they even released the Season 9 God teaser, just hire me already, high-res. Nah, but in all seriousness, this sounds awesome and might be a hunter I think I actually enjoy, which is pretty rare. This could work like a Rama Astral Arrow style thing that you toggle on and off and your autos become high damage and cone but lose attack speed, or it could be an innate feature of the god's basic attacks that's always active, which I think is more likely just to avoid similarity with Rama. It could also just be a standard cooldown based steroid, but I think them being innate is more likely and will be more fun. Jumong will also have a way to increase movement and attack speed on the ground, potentially in a similar way to Hachiman 2. Being able to increase your attack speed will be pretty valuable given his unique basics that lower your attack speed. You can kind of equalize that a little bit. He has a deployable of some kind, most likely related to the previous point in that his deployable provides attack speed and movement speed around it or something like that. And finally, he has a device that can stun, cripple, mesmerize, and root all enemies in an area. This one confuses me a little bit, since why do you need a mes, cripple, or root if they're already stunned? Stuns do all those things that the other CCs do, but just better. Most likely it will be some kind of continual effect where maybe they get initially rooted and crippled, which maybe ends in a mez that if broken early stuns them. Again, this is pure speculation on my part, and it seems pretty insane to give a hunter 4 different CCs on what seems like the same ability. This pretty much has to be the ult unless it works in some weird way where it will mez, cripple, root, or stun depending on the situation. Maybe a 72 transformation style targeter, or maybe a different CC effect depending on the enemy's HP percentage. Maybe above 75% it roots, 50 to 75% it cripples, 25 to 50% it mezzes, and less than 25% it stuns. I'm just spitballing ideas at this point since there's a very low chance one ability on a hunter has 4 different powerful CCs, and given they overlap as in stun does what root does but better, it's more likely that it's an option select and not all 4 CCs at once. But that's all I got for the 9.6 data mining. What do you think about this crazy Jumong kit? I personally love the idea of the basic attacks, but I'm a little concerned about this much CC on what seems like is almost certainly a hunter. But hey, we shall see when this stuff comes to the live client a bit down the road. Catch you guys in another one later on. Have a great day, and peace out, you nerds.